fireworks made with items from your kitchen cupboard. That is high. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a firework explosive with items from your kitchen cupboard and your shed. And in fact, over 90% of the ingredients used to make this basic firework that I'm going to light up at the end and show you how it performs is either free, or everybody around the world, in most households anyway, have actually got these items already in stock. So before I get into this video, actually I just want to explain why I'm doing this video. It's because I had a few comments on one of my previous videos stating the following: that I've been far too sensible just lately in my videos, and it's time they think I should resume madness. So that's what we're doing. We're resuming madness here on the Technical Madman. Now let me show you what you need to make this basic firework. So what you'll need is granulated sugar. Every household has granulated sugar. You can use caster sugar, and it's actually better because it's finer, it's a finer material, and it actually mixes up better to create an explosive chemical cocktail, but this will do nicely. So I'll be using caster sugar. Also, you'll be needing an empty cardboard tube of some sort, and I'm going to be using a cardboard tube from a thermal printer that is empty, basically. It had paper on it and it's run out. So I'm going to be using this. Now you might notice that one end is blocked. Now I've blocked one end with kids' Play-Doh. Now everybody who's got kids has to have Play-Doh. Now I've packed this into here about a 1/4 of an inch high and left it to dry. Then packed it with paper. So one end is blocked and one end is open. We're going to pour our explosive material into the body of the firework, and that's going to be our tube there. So this is the only thing you will need to buy, and it's £5 to £10 on the internet. KNO3 is the technical term. Now this is going to be our oxidizer, and we're going to combine this with our caster sugar to make a basic sugar rocket fuel. So this you can buy off the internet. The technical term for this is KNO3. This is 99% fluid, KNO3. So that's going to be our oxidizer there. Now we've got our firework fuel, and we want to put some effects into this, so such as bang, sparks or whatever, but in this case I'm going to be putting a few sparks in, and we're going to be making a basic explosive fountain. So I've got this titanium, pure titanium drill bit here. I don't know if you can see that there. Actually one end is broken off. I broke that some years ago, so I'm going to be grinding this up into a powder, and then I'm going to be combining this with this, and this titanium is used to create the sparks basically in our basic firework. Another thing that every household has since the scam that is known as COVID-19, as the rich got richer, we got poorer and have to work harder for longer, is this hand sanitizer. Because of COVID-19, everybody has got one of these things in their house. I've got hundreds of them. So pure alcohol, over 90% hand sanitizer, and some scales. So guys, let's get this ingredients weighed out, and let's get this down, and let me tell you the ratios in which we're going to mix this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fill our firework body up, go outside and light it up. So guys, stick around, stay tuned, because this is going to be explosive. But guys, before I actually carry on with this, why not hit that subscribe? Over 90% of people who watch my videos are not subscribed. And why not? It's fun, it's free, and I could really do with your support, and I'd love you to be on board. Guys, let's get this ingredients weighed out. Guys, first things first, sugar. We're going to weigh the granulated sugar out first. And I'm just going to tar my scales. These are well used, but very accurate scales. In fact, I've got a lot of scales, but these ones seem to be the most accurate. So I'm just going to put a bit of cardboard on here, tar that, and we're going to pour our sugar out onto this cardboard. Okay, so we have to weigh out 3.5 grams just over there. Hard to do with one hand, but I will level that out. 3.5 grams of granulated sugar, and we're just going to set that aside, and then we're going to weigh our KNO3 out. Now you can buy this off the internet, as I've said, from £5 to £10 or more, depending on the quantity that you buy. So I'm just going to weigh 7 grams of KNO3 out, or potassium nitrate, as it's known in the scientific world. So we have our 7 grams of KNO3 weighed out there. So 7 grams KNO3 to 3.5 grams of granulated sugar. We'll mix these up in a moment. Next up, the titanium drill bit. I'm going to grind this down here. I've got a crucible here and a grinder. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grind some of this down here into this crucible, and then I'm going to mix this with our explosive cocktail of sugar and KNO3. But first of all, I'm just going to powder this up, and there's no specific ratio, but all I can say is this: I find that the more titanium powder you add to the explosive cocktail, the better, basically, and the more sparks you get. Let's grind this down, guys. Okay guys, so most of this drill bit has ground down now to create a nice fine powder. As I've said, we're going to mix this with our explosive cocktail here, but first of all we have to mix these two ingredients together. Okay, so I've just got a plastic bag here, and it's just a case of putting these two elements in the plastic bag and giving it a shake, basically. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to make sugar rocket fuel. So you just give this a good shake, and then when you're satisfied, you pour your titanium in. But before we do, let me just show you how this reacts when ignited on its own before we put the sparks in. So I've just poured a bit here onto this cardboard, and I just want to show you how it actually reacts under ignition here, because it's practically just KNO3 and normal granulated sugar, and you'll be surprised how this stuff reacts. So let's light it up. Okay, let's take a look at the raw ingredients. And you can see it there. It's fairly explosive. Along with the titanium powder, this stuff is gonna go off. Okay guys, in with our titanium powder, and give it another shake. And now it's just a case of packing this into our cardboard tube. Just going to go a few millimeters from the top. That'll do nicely. And one more last finishing touch before we light this up: the hand sanitizer. Now I've got the gel variety here, and this stuff, if you get the over 90% alcohol, is actually quite flammable indeed. So we just put in a bit of that on there, and this just helps it light, basically. But you don't actually need to put anything on this. You can just torch it, you know, at arm's length with just a lighter. So you don't actually need this stuff. It's just that this stuff is so flammable, all you have to do is just expose it to a flame and it practically lights itself. Guys, let's wait till nightfall here and let's get outside, and then we're going to light this up.
Okay guys, the moment of truth. This is the firework that I made using items from the kitchen cupboard and the shed. And it's night time here, so we're going to light this up and see how it performs. All I've done is just put a bit of blue tack on the base just so it doesn't fall over. So let's light it up and see what happens. Guys, that wasn't too bad. I know it didn't last that long, but you have to remember, this thing cost pennies, was dirt cheap, made from an old broken drill bit, a bit of granulated sugar and an empty cardboard tube. So it wasn't too bad in that respect, and it actually went quite tight. But guys, knowing this wouldn't last that long, I've made another one, a bigger one. And here it is. It's 3 times bigger than the one I've just lit up, and I've actually used some aluminium foil inside just to stop the outside cardboard tube burning up, and I've also used some bigger pieces of titanium. So guys, let's light this up and see how this one performs. Whoa, that is high. Guys, that must have hit around 10 to 11 feet high. And well, let's just put the light on here. The outside shell still burned, but that was way more explosive. Guys, if you've watched the video till now, guys, hit that subscribe. I'd appreciate you on board, and of course drop a comment, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bonus footage, guys. It's the next day, and look at this mess. The contents of the kitchen cupboard firework has been spread all over the patio floor. The missus is gonna kill me, guys. Look at this. And if you've watched the video until now, type in the code word so I know that you've watched the video all the way to the end, and that is snowflake. Speaking of snowflakes, I can hear one right over there. We may be able to zoom in and see the transformer in his natural habitat here, although I'm having difficulty trying to see, but I can't see nothing. But guys, lots of videos to come, lots of experiments to do, and lots of fireworks to review. Guys, I'll see you in the next video.